Nothing can replace the human element, even in therapy. Why? There is a difference between listening and responding to seeing.
What is the best use case, best value you could be getting from AI to have a balance, to continue to grow your business?
Sometimes when we get laser focused on the matrix or the machine, we lose our sensory perspectives and our authenticity, which is within our body, our mind, our soul.
Welcome to Outsource to Profits. I have a fantastic guest. Meegan, do you mind describing who you are, what you do, and how you serve the world?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. My name is Meegan Kriley-Mackay, and for the last 30 years, I have become a subject matter expert in human intelligence. I'm a former certified interrogator and human intelligence specialist with the Department of Defense, and I have a passion to help today's leaders in the workforce align humanity and human intelligence in an artificially intelligent world.
And
the way I am doing this is Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
I was going to say this is really interesting because, I've had a lot of guests come on, and obviously, everyone and their dog is an advocate of AI, including my own business. The amount of intelligence we're using in the sales and marketing community, using Gemini to power ideal customer profiles and graphic designs and informing sales process, including this kind of story I was going to tell, is I use it every time we do a sales call with a prospect. It's capturing the transcript of the conversation. And then it auto routes into Gemini to do what's called a medic qualification, which is a scorecard to tell me, is this a great lead to work on or not? And it goes through these dimensions. And every once in a while, it will have what I know to be a complete and utter hallucination. Whether it says the decision makers weren't on the call, or, it really didn't you didn't dive into the decision making criteria for our partnership together. I'm like, I explicitly asked the question because I knew, we're doing this to generate medic scorecards and so forth. So it makes mistakes. And I think this is a really important conversation because you have a very pointed point of view in that the birth of what we all started to work on AI, it might be traveling. It's kind of like when you sail a ship from New York to Ireland and you're off by 1 degree. If you're off by 1 degree, you're going to end up in Morocco by the time you get there. So with that, Meegan, can you describe the situation? Then we'll get into the challenge and the resolution. When it comes to this overexuberance or reliance on AI.
Absolutely. So being human is very complex. And we have only begun to discover what our true neurological capabilities are. In being human, with our strengths and our faults, we still are mammals and have not evolved very much. We love things to come easier with less effort and less work. That is our design. The dilemma, however, today, with our invention of AI through our human intelligence, is the inputs that are putting into AI are biased, or labeled, and are not perfect by any means. It learns from its mistakes, but will always, like the humans who have elemented this design, take shortcuts and cheat and deceit in order to achieve that data point you asked for. This is a real struggle because as it continues to exponentially move at the pace that it currently is, what we as humans are beginning to realize is what it lacks. And that is the characteristics of humanity, character, integrity, honesty, sentient, and soul, and more. I believe that we need to not only embrace this AI revolution, but more importantly, start investing in us from 0 to 100 years old and start to really define what is human intelligence, which is more than IQ, AQ, SQ, or EQ. and how we can start to reboot how we think, which is what I am passionate about doing through training, workshops, coaching, and our book that's coming out, to help leaders in today's workforce really comprehend it's not just a data point. It's more than that. And humans need to keep it in the checks and balances to build a more ethical, honest, and compassionate AI combined world.
This is really interesting. Please, I'm curious, without you giving away all your secret sauce and IP from your workshops, but if we could get tactical with this. So the intent of where I got GPT-5 and my team of 80 uses Gemini all day, every day.
Yes.
What I'm curious to know is, originally it was meant to be my co-pilot. Sit there, and I ask it to do a lot of mathematical things for the business. I ask it to summarize data points. I ask it to answer questions, kind of more detailed than like a Google search. Maybe that was the original intent of a co-pilot. And to your point, it might be drifting from there. You talk about the humanities and bringing in compassion and not lying and these sort of things. How tactically should a leader like myself or like the audience be thinking about two parts? One, how do I use AI? I'm almost 50, so from the age of 50 to 100. It's so funny that you mentioned 100, because I really do believe I'm going to live to 100. And so I look at my life like I'm on the 47th percent of my life. And
likewise.
So if I'm going to live to 100, I have 50 years of this evolution. So how should I be leveraging AI in a more compassionate way? And two, what can I do to improve the AI working with me?
Awesome. Amazing question. Complicated, but I'll try and keep it simple.
Yeah, please.
As humans who created AI, we only know what we know. And the reality is that every human has a program. That program started off genetically, and we did not get to choose who designed it or who we came from. Through the early stages of neurological development, from 0 to 22, which is what research is finding today, our nature, nurture, culture, experiences, and situation continue to evolve every individual's program. Now that technology has become a crucial part of that early neurological development, and the texting and the need for social media and the addictions and the post-COVID apocalypse is we need those data points to continue to grow and evolve professionally in an economy and our capitalist world to survive. But sometimes when we get laser focused on the matrix or the machine, we lose our sensory perspectives and our authenticity, which is within our body, our mind, our soul, and our organs. As you start to advance, it is about keeping that balance between what you're doing in AI to achieve those goals, but most importantly, learning to take a time out and step back. Go for a walk, breathe, meditate, exercise, sleep. To keep that balance and feel present where you are in the reality of those who surround you and what you were truly trying to achieve beyond just financial results. It is a check and a balance each of us need to maintain, and it starts in the current workforce with the top tier leadership, who many have lost track of that sight because of their objective to make money so that they can retire. Each generation hopefully learns from the prior and the ones coming up, and always looking around and not looking at us as age, gender, race, or background. It's really who are they as a human and what can we learn from each other in this complicated collaboration of HI and AI world.
Interesting. I tried to experiment. I watched a video. I should actually pull it up as we're talking about this. I watched a video from Tai Lopez, and he said, "Oh my God, like AI is so powerful. It's going to get rid of therapists because you can ask these questions to AI that will be so deep into the soul and, have you, it's almost like you're going on a mushroom trip. Like you're just like, you are going to have this outer body experience. It's going to, anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use the very same prompt that he was talking about. And I went through it, and it was not game changing. So basically what Ty had said was, I want you to ask AI, and I'm reading my own prompt here. Can you please, what you know publicly available about Jamie Shanks and everything that you can find, can you please create 10 questions that are things that even I don't know about myself, that I need to be asking these existential questions? And at first, the first question or two, like the first question was, if I asked your oldest living relative to tell me a story about your family history, and it's a story you've never heard, what surprising detail do you think that they might share? And I thought, okay, this is kind of neat. And I tried to answer it for myself. And as I went, okay, next question, and I was asked for 10 questions. It actually basically recycled the same question, just asking it. Like question 4, 5, 6, 7 was like asking the same thing, just in a different way. And I was like, this isn't very deep. So with the time remaining, can you tactically describe to the audience in without pontificating how we're going to use this in 2030, using this in the later half of 2025 and going into 2026, what is the best use case, best value you could be getting from AI to have a balance, to continue to grow your business, but using this as a co-pilot and not thinking it's the end-all be-all?
Oh, I love that. So, as you could probably guess, there's many directions I could go, but for time and to be concise, nothing can replace the human element, even in therapy. Why? There is a difference between listening and responding to seeing.
Yeah.
As Maya Angelou once said, the eyes are the spirit to the soul, and I'll share with you a trick of my trade. In soft interrogation, which is the essence of my book, Leadership in the Age of AI, Rebooting HI, Human Intelligence, it starts with looking in the mirror and not reflecting on what you externally see, but the truth within. Are you even aware that you have been programmed and it's not your fault? Once you let go of what holds you back emotionally, psychologically, physically, which is what therapists are supposed to help you walk through, you start to, why number 2, acknowledge you have a program, good or bad. Once you are aware and acknowledge that you are programmed, why number 3 is accepting it and recognizing everything for who you are. All the pain, all the suffering, all the hurt, all the triumphs, all the success is what makes you amazing and unique as a human. Being passionate about and being honest about where you are and why will guide you to better ask the questions and double check the response that AI is giving you, because it only knows what it knows.
Yeah.
People say, Meegan. Yeah. And last but not least, to reiterate, people in the community where I'm at, Meegan, I don't know about you. I've Googled you. I've looked at you in LinkedIn, and I said, there's only so many data points. But in the 55 years that I have been alive, how well do you really know me?
Yeah.
That's the essence of what we need to do, and start investing in human intelligence so that AI can thrive alongside it.
This is fantastic. Do you mind, shout out to your book again? So can you kind of repeat your book and how do people get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So the book, my first book, is coming out titled Leadership in the Age of AI, Rebooting Human Intelligence, HI. It's about 16 chapters that'll be launching in September. It's currently with the publisher, and we're going through final edits. It'll be available on Amazon, through Ingram Books, and so on. Kindle and ebook and hardbook and softbook. But the essence of this book is really targeting not only leaders in today's workforce, but all mid-level managers who are going to become the next generation of leaders. And new techniques called the 5 whys of soft interrogation, and how you can actually implement, train, and coach your teams, your staff to think differently. And the essence of all of it is quit telling people what to do. Start asking.
Love this. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for being on Outsource to Profits.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.